you from my new and not yet overhauled or improved shipping station. You know, the one thing that we got done is that I hung a couple of lights above the shipping station, which is nice, but I realized that this is not aesthetically pleasing, and I am going to create a video of the complete overhaul of this area. I'm thinking I'm gonna need some cute artwork or curtains or something up here. These are all going to be removed and replaced with my actual shipping items, and who even knows what's going on back there. Don't look, avoid. So it is Monday around noon, and I have 9 items to ship. So let's get started. The first item is an item that I sold for $13. It is just a very basic, it seems tiny when I'm holding it in my hands, Calvin Klein classic racerback style bra. I always ship bras, I talked about this, in a padded envelope. It's interesting, something that's so lightweight, when you ship it, sometimes the post office gets like a little bit mad. I hate to say it. I mean, not mad, but sometimes the post office is like, why are you shipping this priority when you're shipping this little tiny thing? So I like to put it in the padded envelope so it feels a little bit more substantial for the shipping process, because I get afraid to put it in the Tyvek envelope. It would get lost in that. A funny thing about today's orders is that I finally sold some items that I honestly thought were like weeks away from getting taken to the Goodwill for a donation. The next item that sold is this Madewell. It's got a little ruffle sleeve, just pretty plain striped blouse, cropped. I sold this for $22. This is one of my funny story shirts, and it's not funny, but this is one of my, I should just call it my Poshmark strategy shirts. I had this in my closet for $20 for about 3 months, or maybe even 4 months, and nothing was happening with this shirt. It was truly one of the oldest items in my closet. I did pick this up at the bins over the summer. So in my favorite strategy with items that aren't doing well or just have been sitting in my closet, now granted it's kind of more of a, I would say a spring shirt. I made a copy of the item and I relisted the item, which is a great thing to do for items that have been sitting in your closet. But I also upped the price $10, which is my special Poshmark strategy to get things to move. I raise the price and then they sell. So I raised the price to $32 from $20. And it sold. And it sold for $22. So it sold for $2 more than I had it in my closet for months. People love the feeling that they're getting a bargain, and that is a prime example of the nature of Poshmark. People want to feel like they got a deal. And I want people to feel like I'm giving them a deal. So now I have this little margin built into items that I sell. The next item I sold was a pair of Antonio Milani heels for $23. I believe these were in my closet for $28. These are not an item I would recommend, although I will say they sold pretty quickly. They're in like new, really great condition. I picked up a thread up shoebox. I kind of got caught up in that excitement of watching people unbox their ThredUp boxes. So I thought I am going to buy a ThredUp shoe box because I love selling shoes. So I did that. And these shoes I recently found when doing some organization. I had posted what I believe to be the fastest selling, the most desirable items from that ThredUp box, and there were some items that were, it was the winter time, so there were some items that didn't really feel like it made sense to post, and so I had about, out of the box of 15, I had about 6 pairs of shoes that I just kind of had in excess storage, and I recently went through it, and I discovered those heels, and I thought, oh, well, they're not going to sell if you don't post them. So I took just a few photos and they sold. So what I did on those was I had a few likers. I had about 3 likers on them. This is the next item I'm about to ship. It's J. Jill. I had a few likes on those on those shoes, and I knew they were pretty much close to an item that I would have taken to the Goodwill and just donated and not tried to sell. So there's a little lesson for me, actually, to not be so judgy with, I didn't know if that style or that brand was appealing. So what I did was I had them in my closet for $28, and this weekend what I did was I sent out an offer for $23 with free shipping. So I made a profit after everything was said and done of $10 on those shoes, and I'm happy with that because I was about to donate them, or I wasn't even going to post them. Just quickly, this is a J. Jill open cardigan. It's a size 1X, 2X. It's in really lovely condition. I know for a fact I got it at the bins. I sold this for $28 to an offer from a liker. I believe I had it in my closet for $38, and I sent out an offer of probably around $33. The buyer countered with the $28, and since I didn't have to pay any shipping for their counter offer, I accepted the $28. Items like this, I think, do well in the $25 to $32 price range. I did have it posted for $38 with no real expectation of it selling for that price. That was truly a negotiation on my piece price. So I knew it wasn't going to sell for that, but I wanted to have some wiggle room to accept an offer. So to me, the way things seem to be working with Poshmark is if I truly had this posted at $28, I don't think the person would have just bought it. I think they would have offered me $20 or $21. And so if I list something at $38, expect to sell it between $28 and $32. Like I was just saying, the buyer feels like they're getting a good deal, a good value, and I actually get what I was hoping for the item. I pretty much call all of my bins items $1.50 purchases, so I am very happy accepting $28 for that. I do think that's a good value. The next item I sold, and this was another item that I got so excited. I found this over the summer at the bins. The brand is Joie, and I think, gosh, I hope. And it just has this really cute, it's natural, it has this really cute gathered waistband. This sold for $20. I picked it up at the bins and I was so excited to find this brand. This was early on in my reselling and sourcing days, and I literally was just like, wow, I'm so excited. I have personally owned some silk blouses by the same brand, and so I thought, what a great find. Neutral in color, modern styling with a cropped look, has some cute detailing. And this, like I said, I sold a lot of items that have been sitting in my closet. I actually picked this up at the same bins trip that I picked up that Madewell shirt from. So I started to kind of, when I see items sitting in my closet for quite some time, I contemplate if I should A, lower the price, or B, just actually remove the item from my closet and donate it. You know, if I purchased something at the bins and it just was a real big miss, then it was a miss. And I tried and I learned from that. And so it's not really, like with a bins item, it's not really a huge loss for me, and it's a learning moment, and so I can just kind of roll with that, and I don't feel bad, like, oh, I spent $30 on something that really isn't gonna sell or be worth something that someone wants. So, long story short, I got an offer for $20 for this, or maybe it was actually in my closet for $20. I don't think I had it in my closet for much more. And so I was really excited to see that this item sold. And I just find it interesting that this weekend in particular, a lot of items that I really should repost in my closet to kind of refresh them sold. So interesting to me. The next item I sold sat in my closet for about 2 or 3 days. This item sold so quickly. I am just gonna take off this little tag here. These are new with tags, Victoria's Secret. I paid $4 for them at the regular retail thrift. They're Victoria's Secret Sport, the Player Hot Short. They are new with tags. They have a super fun print to them. Like I said, these sold for $20 in a matter of days. So look at you, like, truly, look at you, Victoria's Secret Sport. It's like, for me, I'll sort of go through my train of thought on these. I am not on the lookout. I am not boloing Victoria's Secret Sport, but the colorway was very cute. The new with tags and the price point, those 3 things combined. I have sold Nike hot shorts before like this, and they sell really well. You know, just $15, something like that. I've sold some that were my daughter's, the Nike Pro ones, I think they're called. And so I thought, okay, these are new with tags. These are adorable. They're a super fun color. I'm going to buy these and I'm gonna see how they do. And they performed very well. I'm happy with picking up something and selling it within days, truthfully. So after Posh fees, I made $16. I paid $4, so a whopping $12 on this. And you know what? I don't expect to make $40 on every sale, and I just feel like the nature of that and the time that it took to flip was very worth it. This was also a bins item. This sold this morning for $49. This is Social Distortion. This is a Dickies shirt. Social Distortion is kind of a punk rock band, And I was gonna say brand. That would have been funny. I got this at the bins. It was on an end cap where you could tell someone had put it back. They passed on it. And I know for a fact a shirt like this costs about $1 at the bins. A little bit less actually, probably more like 50 cents. I quickly ran comps on this. I was gonna buy it no matter what, but I quickly ran comps on this. And there was one, and only one that I could find for sale on eBay. And it was selling for $70. So since I bought this shirt at the bins, and I don't really expect that it has tremendous value to it, but it is a quote-unquote concert or tour shirt. It was worth it for me to pick it up, and I posted it for $49, and it sold today. It just seemed to make sense to pick this up at the bins. Who knows, actually? I think I am going to confidently say, since our normal default is I would have never picked this up at the retail. To be honest, I would have picked this up at my local Goodwill for $5 or $6 because of the Dickies and the band. I think those combinations are great combinations. Would I have paid $10 or $12 for this? Probably not, but $6, bins, yes, yes, yes. And I will say, I thought about this recently. I give the treatment for items that are going out to men, the same treatment, the same wrapping treatment that I give items going out to women. I add a sticker. I wrap the items. I think people, that's my trash company, the beeping in the background. A perk of being out in the garage, hearing all of the noise outside. So I do have some washi tape that's black and white. It's a little on the punk rock side. And you know what? I am absolutely going to give a man, a woman, a person who shops my closet the same treatment that I give to everyone else, because I think it's nice to receive a fun item in the mail, a cool sticker. So, yep. If anyone was wondering, do you do this for everyone? Yes, I do. I treat all of my orders the same way, with love and care and consideration and gratitude. I just think that's so important, to show gratitude to people who shop your closet. The next item I sold was not a bundle. I sold it actually as a set. I sold these pieces together because they're matching in color. It's also Girlfriend Collective. This is a bra top, and this is the bottom. I talked about in my last video how I sourced Girlfriend Collective in Orange County. I actually picked up this set in particular, these very items, for my daughter. She loves workout clothes. So I picked these items up for her in particular, but she decided she was just gonna keep this short one-piece unitard instead. So I said, okay, I will sell it. So I paid up for these. I paid $8 for the top, and I paid $12 for the bottoms. And they are new with tags, so it was a great deal. Someone made a huge donation of all brand new with tags Girlfriend Collective items. And I picked up a bra, pants, 2 long unitards, a short, sort of biker short style unitard for my daughter, another bra, and let's see, I think that's it. I picked up all of those items and they were all new with tags. And And the only thing I have left from that sourcing trip is one moss green. It kind of has a cami style top unitard, and it has long pants with it. Girlfriend Collective, keep your eyes peeled for it. You know, it's the little brand that could. It's not quite Lululemon, but you know, I sold this set to an offer to Liker for $78. So, I mean, they are new with tags, but $78 is great. I'm excited. If you're wondering what I'm wearing, I drank the Kool-Aid, friends. I am wearing not one, but two Magnolia pearl pieces. Oh my goodness. I saw this. I was looking at t-shirts that had the moon or just a design, and their t-shirts go for $90. So I was looking at the t-shirts and this happened to just pop up. I am excited that I have dipped my toe into the Magnolia pearl world. And the last item I sold is another item that has been in my closet for a hot minute. And when I say a hot minute, I mean at least 6 months. These are Vask is the brand. These are Skywalks. These are a redesign of a very popular boot that I owned in the 90s. And so these boots actually came from my own personal closet. I gave them a try for about 20 miles of pretty laborious hiking, and we just weren't going to be friends. I could not convince my feet to warm up to these boots. I just used moleskin. I tried so many things to make these boots work for me, and ultimately they didn't work. I want to say have them in my closet for about $85. They sold for $74 to an offer to Likers. So I'm happy with that. Well, Louis is not in the garage, so he will not be saying hello. And there's no more snow on the ground here in Colorado, which makes me very happy. And hopefully this week, a video, I'm going to say it right now, this week I will be making a video of all these tools on here going away, me painting. I picked up all sorts of cool stuff to create a shipping station here. I even picked up a cute painting or picture at the Goodwill this weekend to add to my shipping station. I feel like I want to have a clock out here, so I just need to be looking for these items when I'm out thrifting, and that's it. That's all I've got. I hope everyone's well. Hi everyone, coming at you from my new shipping station. I did make a video of me overhauling this part of our garage tool bench so I could use it as a shipping station, and there's still 10 or so feet, 12 feet on that end that is for the rest of the stuff that you normally find in a garage. Today we are going to do a little ship with me video. I have run out of some of my tissue paper, so I dropped the ball on that, but I do have other newsprint style packing paper, and this is just my sales for the last 48 hours. Not huge sales, but I do have some things to ship out, and then I always like to share with everyone what is selling right now, and am I taking offers, am I sending offers, am I getting full price sales, what is happening right now. It feels a little bit slow in the past few days. It was a holiday weekend, which is sometimes huge for people, so I'm gonna get right into it. The first item I'm shipping is a Hill House I've never found this brand before and I was super excited to find it. It did take a couple of months to sell. It has really great comps, but there are a few styles by this company. This is called the nap dress, and you can wear it off shoulder or you can just sort of wear it long. And yes, you are correct. This does look like a nightgown, like something someone would wear to bed. Well, this is the aesthetic of this company. So next up is another white item. Oh, fun, happy, happy, joy, joy. These are vintage, so I stake no claim in their perfection. These are vintage Gap. Let me see if I can show you the interior label. It's pretty cool to see this vintage labeling. So it's made in the USA, baggy fit. Okay, here's a great story about these shorts. I know for a fact that I sourced these shorts at a thrift store not in my town, and shortly after I started reselling and sourcing beyond my own family's closet. So, I see like a little mark right here, but I don't even know what to say. I'm sending them. I'm just like letting it roll. So a funny thing about these shorts is, hold one moment, pause. Let me tell you a quick little story about these shorts. I had these in my closet for, I would say, since August. I have probably reposted them at some point. They haven't just been in my closet old, which means I probably copied the listing, reposted them, and then deleted the original listing. So last night, I decided to copy the listing, relist them, and delete the old listing. So here's my theory on that. Let's say for an example that these shorts were in my closet and they had 15 likes on them. Well, I have sent out numerous tiers of offers to people who have liked these shorts. I know for a fact I have. I have auto offers. I've sent out many options for people to buy these. So when I delist and relist an item, I don't lose any sleep over those 15 people that have previously liked the item but have ultimately decided not to take any offer on these. So these shorts, not joking, have been in my closet for $20. They're white vintage denim Gap shorts. They were made in the USA, but I don't know, like, they're not highly coveted, some, 501 really special Levi's or something. So I thought, okay, 20 bucks. I'll move these. Well, what's interesting is that I've recently sold a few pieces of vintage Gap, and I think it's because it was style-based, not because people were looking for the Gap. So in my normal fashion, I copied, deleted, and relisted this item. I upped the price to $36, and I woke to them sold. So I know other people are talking about this, but I would just like to encourage anyone that may have summer, spring items that you posted early fall in your closet, and to copy the posting, to relist the items, maybe change the price a little bit, maybe look at your title. But my title was different from August, that how I would title it now. So I updated, I cleared out the way I had it titled, and I titled it the way I would title it now. And that'll be up on the screen when I show what the item sold for. So basically I added in Y2K, 1990s was in there. I took out a bunch of other words that I had in there that felt like were keywords, but they ultimately weren't. They felt like they were jumbling my listing. You know, it's just like I tried to get specific in my languaging, and maybe before I had something in there like baggy fit, mom jean, I took the extra words out, and I do put them in the body of my post. But at this time, I have decided to sort of take a closer look at my titling and see if what I have learned over posting and listing 1,000 items or whatever over this past 6 months, if it still fits with the way that I like a listing to be titled. And if it doesn't, I'm changing it. So I spent last night updating, relisting, changing the price of variables, either up or down, of a number of items last night, at least 20 items. And I didn't have to photograph anything. I, just sat at the computer, and I was in bed, and I was listening to YouTube channels, and I was just updating my listings that were older than 60 days old. So the next item I sold is very unique. It's a blazer, OHDD, and I am sorry to even say, but I can't remember what this brand is. It has a longer name to it, like God Save the Queen or something. This was made in Italy and just very unique. Something fun about this is that the sleeves are kind of jersey material. They actually come off, and you can wear this as a vest, or you can wear it as a blazer with sleeves. So this is one of those items that there's no just searching OHDD blazer and then finding comps for an item like this. This is made in Italy. This is a European item. It was probably purchased in Italy by someone. I couldn't find this brand with a presence on any American website, so I liked it because it was such a unique piece. The brand does have great comps, and so ultimately I priced it kind of high. I want to say close to $80 maybe, and I got a few likes on it, maybe like 2 or 3, and not an item I would expect to be a hot item like a pair of mother jeans or something, but it did have like a little bit of interest. I think at some point shortly after I listed it, I got an offer of about $25, and I just knew that the item did have value, but I wasn't quite sure what the value was. So I'm just saying, like, it's an item that probably retailed for $450, doesn't have a very strong brand presence, couldn't find comps on it, actually couldn't find anything like it, like no similar items sold, even for sale. And so I really just had to navigate what is the price point for this. So I probably paid $10 for this. I sold it to an offer from a liker for $45, and I'm actually really happy with that. And I recognize that I initially had it priced too high. The market wasn't there. So, after 3 or 4 months, I think it's really good to assess if you're on point for where the profit you're trying to make, the flexibility that you have on an item. So, while $75 would have been amazing for this, the market wasn't simply, it just was not there for this. Next item is pretty basic. It's just a cycling jersey. It's brand new with tags. This has a retail MSRP of, I'm almost positive, maybe $90, and I sold it to an offer from Liker for $40. I have gone back and forth with people on this jersey, especially when I first posted it. People wanted to make me offers of what I would assume a used cycling jersey would go for. The next item I sold is just a pair of Kuhl, K-U-H-L. I don't know how cool these are, but these Kuhl shorts, I believe I had them for $28 in my closet, and they sold to an offer from Liker for $20. And to be honest, I know I thought these were worth more. I thought they were worth $25, which would give me $20 for these shorts. But ultimately, I bought these shorts at the bins. And so it really came down to, am I willing to negotiate back and forth? I would say a couple of offers I've received this weekend that I sent a counter offer that felt like a very fair counter offer to me. The people just kind of backed out. They didn't respond. They didn't take my offer. And so that was it. It was just like, no sale. So I thought, okay, for a few dollars, an item I got from the bins, this $16 is my profit after Poshmark. I paid about $2 for them at the bin, so I made $14 on these shorts. And the best part is that they're moved out of my inventory. So for me lately, like, that's the goal, is to be moving items out of inventory. I feel like everything has a story these days, doesn't it? So this tank top I haven't had in my closet for very long. It's a really nice style. It's synthetic. It's great for camping in the wilderness and hiking and climbing. It's in lovely condition. No surprises as I'm packing it up. And I had this in my closet for $28, which to me is definitely at the high end of tank top pricing. I don't price a lot of tank tops unless it's like silk or something fancy from Anthro. So it's at the high end of tank top pricing, which I fully understand. And someone offered me $15 for this top. I do have a very good sense of what a $15 tank top is like, and I feel like the $28 listing price was definitely warranted for this Patagonia tank top. They retail for about $68. I would say, coupled with condition, it just felt like $28 was a fair price, as well as comps. So this sale just sort of didn't happen. It didn't, initially it didn't happen. And the person didn't take my counter offer. And I just thought, okay, not gonna sell. So the next day, late in the evening, the day after the offer was made of $15 for this, I believe the same person purchased this from me for $28. So they must have spent the evening looking for this same tank top at a better price, and they couldn't find one. So they decided to come back and not even counter offer, come back with a, $25, $20 offer to me. They just straight out bought that. So that's exciting. The next item I sold is a pair of new school, old school Dr. Scholl's sandals. When I was a kid, they used to sell these at the drugstore, and these were so big in the 70s and 80s. And when I saw them, they're in really lovely condition. They have some minor scuffing that I wasn't able to get out that I did show in the posting. And when I bought these, I laughed because it brought back so much nostalgia for me. I didn't even run comps on these at the thrift store because I am going to admit, while I am not a person who considers themselves like stubborn, You know, it's like, have you ever been thrifting and you're just like not in the mood to be on your phone? So it was one of those moments where I was like, oh, cool, old school Dr. Scholl's. Like, I could tell they were more recently made. I picked up a pair probably about 15 years ago, and so I didn't look at comps. I thought, super cute, I'm buying these. $5, $7. Well, I get home, and I'm actually looking to post them, and I noticed that they're current on the Nordstrom website, and they retail now for, gosh, maybe $100 or something. So these sold to the buyer with no offers or anything. So in my closet, if you like something, 5 minutes later you get an offer with reduced price shipping. And these actually sold just straight out. You may joke, because that's what I love to say. These sold straight to the buyer for $65. $65. I just sold those Dr. Scholl's for. When I was a kid, they were $10 at the drugstore. So, wow. Sometimes reselling blows my mind. And I will add bubble wrap to shoes when I ship them in the Zone A box, and I don't want the box to collapse. So even though these hard soled wooden sandals are on their side, don't have a lot of wiggle room, this is essentially what it looks like when I ship it off. I can't control how this package will be handled once I turn it over to the post office. So my goal is to make this box as secure as possible without having to overdo it in the tape and the packing materials department. I like people to know that I take care of the items that I'm sending them. And the last item I am shipping is a good old pair of Crocs. These are the really cute, a little bit like the ballet flat styling, or yes, ballet flat styling. Of course, they have a particular name. These are in really lovely condition. They look almost like they were not worn. I come from the land of Crocs. Crocs headquarters is actually in Boulder, Colorado. I have a daughter who was in a Crocs ad once, and so we have strong ties to Crocs around here. I work at a school, and Crocs recently donated a pair of Crocs to every employee and child in the school district, which is amazing. They are not for sale in my closet. I have kept them. It's really fun to just, you know, Crocs have a particular purpose, and for me, a lot of the times that's gardening, being able to hose them off, or even just wearing them as house shoes. So I am keeping the Crocs that I got for free, and these I sourced. I woke up to the sale of these items. Someone purchased them for me for $42, and I couldn't be more thrilled. I know I paid $4.99 for them, and so let's just say they sold for $40. That's $32 minus the $4, so I made about $25, $26 on these, which I absolutely love that profit margin on a pair of Crocs. And that's all I have. Not a lot of sales, but some really just solid $40 sales. Always make me very happy. Please share below how your sales are doing. I would say, you know, I am riding the wave right now with Poshmark. My sales will be 1 or 2, and then it'll be 6, and then it'll be like 3, then it'll be 1, and then maybe not any, and then it'll be like 5, 4. It's just like this funny. Maybe I'll post a picture of what my sales have looked like, and it looks like a really fun roller coaster, but it turns out like when you don't make sales one day, or you make 1 sale and then 2 sales, it's not as much of a fun ride as a roller coaster. So that's all I have. I'm going to share a little photo of Louis. He's at my feet.
I brought his bed out so he didn't have to lay on the concrete floor of the garage. Louis.